the whole video feels like it was a manipulation to get us to watch the ad. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm just going to get ready because I've got to, well, I don't have to. That's the whole point. I don't have to. But I'm going to film my next declutter, which these videos are taking me a while. I'm doing them over the course of a few weeks because I don't want to kind of rush through it and just be like, gotta get that content, because that's the whole point of this, like moving away from forced content and moving into something that feels more, you know, this is actually what I want to be doing. So I'm not, you know, there may be gaps between them, but I am doing this over the course of a few weeks as well, because I'm also trying to really play with some of the makeup that I've got. Even some of the stuff that I decluttered in the first video, since then, I've been playing with some of the things that I had left in the base category, and I think they're going to go as well. So it's going to be more. It's going to be so much more stuff than I anticipated getting rid of. Anyway, while I get ready today, I have a topic in mind, and it will probably be on the minds of a few of you as well, because over these few days, I don't know if it's 2 days, a few days, I don't know, but Amazon do a big thing every year that's almost run out of Amazon Prime Day. Is it once a year? Is it twice? I don't know. It might be twice. But I've had all the adverts, the same as everybody else. Amazon Prime Day's coming, blah, blah, blah. And I knew, the same as all of you, our entire feeds would be clogged with people selling things with Amazon affiliate links. Now, to preface this, I am not anti-Amazon. I would love to be. I would love to tell you that I was like the biggest person, especially as a small business owner, to be like really hardcore. I never use Amazon. I use Amazon all the time. I do. I'm not, you know, I'm not bigger than using Amazon. I'm not telling you, you know, we shouldn't be. It would be great if we could use it less. I do try to use it less, but that Prime, it gets you. And I get it. I totally get it. And I'm not anti-Amazon, and I do use it all the time. Also, as a small business owner, we've just added our products to Amazon. So another reason not to be. I'm not telling you not to use Amazon. What I am saying is, I don't like the culture that has been created on YouTube where it's not even, because what I was going to do for this was I was going to make a video talking about all the products from Amazon that I've had for ages, that I absolutely love, that, you know, like not new stuff. Oh, this is, what? Not new stuff. I wanted to talk about like, oh, I've had this for like 3 years and I use it all the time and it happens to be from Amazon. Like Amazon favorites that are legitimately, like I use these all the time, not fast purchases, you know? Because a lot of people are just going out on Amazon, purchasing things to talk about because of Prime Day, because then they can link them in the video, and this is how the majority of influencers make money. Affiliate links. If you've followed me for any amount of time at all, you will know I'm horrible at affiliate links, and it is not for want of trying. Again, I'm not the bigger person here. I'm not like, oh, and it does make you feel a little bit icky, but that's not the real reason that I don't use affiliate links. I'm so terrible at follow through. I'm just too lazy for it. So it's not, again, like I'm better than anyone else, because I'm not. But I don't like that this has become what it has become, which is, and I really do feel like the Amazon Prime Day thing was the big driver behind this, where people go out and purchase things just to make the video, to get the links, to get the affiliate marketing sales. And then it like spread out onto social media, where there are entire accounts that are based on, here are all the things that you can buy from Amazon. And the only reason they bought the thing from Amazon was to sell you the thing from Amazon. So it's not like an organic, oh, I happen to have this and I want to talk about it. And oh my God, how great is this? By the way, it's from Amazon. They're going on Amazon looking for things that might be good to sell to you. There's just a line there that I don't like that. I enjoy a good review or recommendation as much as the next person. And if I find something that is amazing, I want to talk about it. I should leave it linked. That is how people make money. I usually don't, because I'm lazy. because I can't follow through. Not because I feel bad about links, not because I feel like, I mean, I do feel kind of torn about encouraging people to buy things that they don't need. That I do feel. Like if I'm telling you, oh, this thing is great, and you would like, you know, it's within your means, you're not pushing yourself, you're not stretching yourself to purchase that thing, and that thing would be really good for you, and you've been looking for something like that, then okay. But it's very hard for me to know that. So I do kind of feel, ugh, because I've been there. I have been stretched beyond my means. I am a bona fide shopaholic. I struggle with not buying things when I don't need to be buying things. So I really don't feel good about it. It's the reason that we don't have Klarna on our website. I don't want to encourage people to spend money that they don't have on things that they don't need. But where is that line when you're a reviewer of things, when that has become your job, especially for the people who like, this is their entire gig? I don't know. But I do know that the whole thing of Amazon Prime Day and Amazon favorites, that is all within a vacuum, and that is all a sales pitch. Tell you something else I know. My skin is so dry right now, and it's not my skin's fault. It's completely my fault. I have been horrible with my skincare lately. I've just been on a bit of a downer, and first thing to go is self-care, by which I mean literally just taking care of myself in the most basic ways. And my skin is so dry. Like, even like here. It never gets dry here. That's crazy. It's not in a good way. It's not in a good way. But I do think once I get all of this makeup, I've just covered in piles of makeup, that will be a huge weight off. The other day when I was feeling a little bit like, oh, I need to do the next one, I really need to, because it was just feeling a little bit overwhelming. Because it's visually overwhelming, the amount of makeup that I need to get through in this declutter. I decided to go through it all and put it into categories. So now I can literally just pull out, here are all the blushes, and that feels a little bit easier, you know, but ugh, the dryness. I think I'm going to need a mask later. So how do you feel about this? How do you feel? I know that a lot of people are feeling, I mean, we've had a lot of like anti-influencer periods over the past, I don't know, what is my t-shirt doing? It's like bunching up above my boobs. We've had a lot of anti-influencer, like, periods of time. What do I mean? Like, times where people are like, all influencers are the devil. This is all terrible. And that's not necessarily true. I mean, I don't like to identify as an influencer, but it just is what I am. Like, that's just, it wasn't the word for it when I started, but that is what I am. And so it's not nice to hear people say negative things about something that you're actually doing. But I'm doing exactly the same thing here in saying a lot of people, I think there's just a lot of people that kind of came into it with a money model of like, this is how I'm going to make money. Whereas originally people, it was a side benefit. You kind of started doing something. Even the like big YouTubers started doing something for fun or for whatever before there was any money known to be had. And now it is, the whole thing does feel different. I don't know. It does feel different. But when it comes around to Amazon Prime Day, I always get this kind of ick. I don't like it. I don't like, and I hate as well that there are so many people who I watch and really enjoy. And I'll go onto YouTube over this week and think, oh, I wish you hadn't done that. I've done it. I made an Amazon video once. I did it because I felt like, oh, everybody's doing it. I really need to be kind of keeping up with what everybody's doing. But I didn't purchase anything for the video. I did use things that I already had. It just, I don't know. I think it's a huge reason that a lot of people have fallen out of love with the platform. That it started to feel so salesy. I think the same has happened to TikTok. I'm not really like following along so much with TikTok because it isn't entirely my Oh no, isn't entirely my jam. Well, I'm not surprised that happened. I've had these for so long. They're the Physicians Formula Gel liners that I've got a trio of. Yeah, I'm not really following along with like the trajectory of TikTok, but I do recognise that in the beginning it seemed to be like a real community thing, especially in 2020 when it kind of went through the roof and people were like, oh my god, I'm loving this. There's dancing and there's miming and there's whatever. Was it Musical.ly? Is that right? I don't know. I could be making that up. And everyone was loving it. And then now it feels like a marketplace. It feels like it's become TikTok Shop. It's become a place that people sell things more than anything else. That's what it feels like. I have a TikTok that I occasionally post on, and I rarely scroll on TikTok because it is such a time suck. Just because I know for me, that's not a good thing for me. So occasionally when I go on there to post something, because I felt like I had to keep up with, you know, I will find myself, you know, accidentally, I'll go over to this and then I start scrolling and it's very salesy. And that just kind of is the way social media has gone. I know that Instagram feels sometimes like there are a lot of ads and sponsored posts and stuff, but I don't feel it's gone quite the same way. I think that's probably as well, obviously there's going to be ads and sponsored things in vlogs, but it's probably as well why people have, most people I know have kind of more gravitated in the past couple of years towards vlogs on YouTube than anything else. Maybe you still watch some other kinds of content, but like as your base of content, that's the stuff people are watching. Maybe that feels the least salesy. And it's why people are enjoying more kind of off-the-cuff, candid Instagram again. We want kind of reality back. We want people just sharing stuff in the moment, not people sharing stuff in a calculated way, you know, like, oh, you were sponsored by this company, so then you had to think of a way to get that into a video. And so the whole video you're watching feels sponsored, even though maybe only like 2-3 minutes of it was, because the whole video feels like it was a manipulation to get us to watch the ad. Funnily enough, someone sent me a DM on Instagram this morning and said, excuse me, how did I not know you sold wax melts? And I was like, this is hilarious. And then she placed an order and was dazzled by the speed of Karen's fulfillment. Karen is my business partner. We work together in trains, and I make the candles and do all of the kind of salesy stuff and online, social media, website, all that stuff. She makes all the wax melts and the diffusers and the room sprays, and she does all the fulfillment. So she has all the stock. She goes to the post office because, as I've always said, if I had to go to the post office, nobody would ever receive anything. I would have boxes in the back of my car for years. I could not sustain this business without Karen at all, under no circumstances. We've also recognised that this is a service that big businesses pay for. I think it's called 3FA. It's like, or not 3FA, that's I'm confusing it with two-factor authentication. It's called 3P, and it's like pick, pack, post. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, that's by the by. This person said, how did she not know? And it just made me laugh because I feel so uncomfortable with the salesy, like, buy our stuff, that I feel like I'm overdoing it. I always feel like I'm really throwing it in people's faces and people are sick of hearing about it. And then there are people who've literally never heard me talk about it, which is kind of funny. But that's kind of irrelevant to what we're talking about. It's more so like I hate to feel like I'm being sold to, and so I'm like maybe underdoing it in my actual business. But how do you feel about this? Do you feel like YouTube has just become like one big marketplace? I didn't really feel like that. I really felt like YouTube was kind of like the last remaining social media where people were still being real. Obviously you've got sponsored stuff, but like we've still got a bit of reality. My hair is not, like there's just days where you just can't do it. It's not going. It doesn't want to go. It's been a few days since I like put myself together because I've been feeling so rubbish. I have tried every type of antacid and like Gaviscon type thing that is available on the market. From heartburn to like just general. I've always had kind of tummy problems, potential IBS. My mom has that and I always assumed that I did. But as I'm getting older, there are so many things that I feel like my body is just betraying me. It's not, I can't drink anymore. I get like full on 2-day hangovers. It's not even worth it. And my stomach feels terrible all the time. Like to the point of recently, I've just been generally feeling like I've got food poisoning 24/7. So Lee wants me to go to the doctor, which he goes to the doctor way too much, in my opinion. I just can't take his word for it when I should go, because he goes too often. He's got like a standing appointment. And whenever he goes, he just gets what he wants. It's the weirdest thing. We know as women, we go to the doctor and you come away with like just calm down, you'll probably be fine. He comes away with like medication for every single thing. He went with hay fever and they told him he had extreme hay fever and they gave him extreme hay fever tablets. I think they're sugar pills, personally. I think there's like a mark next to his name that's like, hypochondriac, give him these pills and he'll go away. But if anyone has any actual suggestions, or if any of you like are not hypochondriacs and you think weeks and weeks and weeks of like gastro stuff maybe warrants a visit to the doctor, let me know. Is anybody like seconding Lee's opinion on this? You know, as well, the thing of getting rid of all of this stuff and deciding not to be a makeup person anymore. I'm a makeup person, but you know, not to be like a beauty bloggery person. I think that has a big impact on my spending habits as well. I mean, it definitely does. That's part of it. I spoke about this. I want to be able to just purchase things that I want to buy and not purchase things for a video or because people would want a review or whatever, as well as keeping things for those reasons. I want to be able to just like get rid of things out of my house. I want less things. I really, really do. And I think that's part of the Amazon thing. Like I said in my first / my last video, my last declutter, I have got so many things that I've purchased from outlets that I purchased specifically because they were cheap or because they were from a brand that I really wanted something from. But I wouldn't have bought those things if they were full price ever. I bought them because they were cheap and I just kind of got caught up in the moment and I didn't really want them, you know? And I think that happens with a lot of things with Amazon. You'll go through and be like, oh, that looks like a really fun thing. Although I did buy something from Amazon this week for my declutter and it just fits so perfectly in this drawer. I bought these lipstick things and there's 4 of these. And if I manage to only fill these, my lipsticks will have hugely reduced. You'll see. I'm not even thinking about that video yet. That's like the biggest one because there's going to be so many swatches involved. But while I was looking for drawer organizers, I could have really got carried away and been like, oh, I need this and I need this. And I have so many drawer organizers already. Like I've got just so many, even just in front of me now, drawer organizers full of things. And in theory, by the time I have decluttered everything, I will have lots of them free to be used for the final selection of makeup. So I don't really need to be buying those things. I did need something to separate lipsticks because I didn't have that. That was a thing. But you kind of get carried away. And especially with something like this, I would have been like, oh, well, I want to buy new ones because then I can show you this is what I've got and I can tell you this is where I bought it. Clothes. I would not share outfits because you couldn't buy those things anymore. So many things that I buy now, I think so many things that I wear are from Vinted. And Vinted has become such a popular thing that I've felt less and less like I need to buy new things because if I don't have the new things to show people, then I'm not kind of in the zeitgeist of, you know? I just want to be able to keep the old things and I just don't enjoy the culture that has become buy these new things all the time. And I think that Amazon Prime Day videos, Amazon favorites, all of that stuff is like the epitome. It's like the peak of all of that. It is the peak of Shein hauls, Temu, all of those things is Amazon Prime Day sales because it's so normal, and we're not looking at those things in the same way that we're looking at Shein and Temu and whatever, you know, whatever. It's not the same. We've kind of just accepted it as, oh no, yeah, Amazon. Even though we all kind of know we shouldn't be using Amazon the way that we use it. And again, I use it all the time. I use it all the time. But it's one thing to do something personally, and it's another thing to encourage like hundreds of thousands of people to do it. You know? Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm feeling more and more cynical in my older age. Maybe that's what it is. But I knew it was coming. I got all the ads. And then today I sat down to put on some makeup to film this video, and I thought, I'm going to just do a little chat about it because it's kind of it's on my mind, and I thought, I bet it's not just me that feels this way. So let me know. Maybe it is. And also, I've been so slow with things recently. Maybe you won't see this for a week. We'll see. Or maybe you'll see it today. Anything could happen. I'm going to put on a lip. This smells like fish. That's literally the worst thing I've ever done in my entire life. I put that on my mouth. It smells like fish. Just another reason I need to go through all of this makeup. I mean, I've got things that are way older than that. But it's maybe creamy. I mean, maybe that's the problem. Yeah, this needs to be gone through. I actually did my makeup the other day and it lasted so well. It was way heavier than usual, but I did kind of like a baking thing, which I never do. I did actually wear the MAC Pro Longwear, which I'm wearing today. I'm not wearing a foundation, but this is basically foundation. It's a concealer. And I just kind of like sparingly applied that instead, and the Urban Decay All Nighter. So I am rediscovering things that work really well. And I've been enjoying that in this process. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me while I get ready today. I'm really torn about which one I'm going to do, but I think it's going to be blush. I think it's going to be blush. I think that's going to be the next bite-size thing. And then it's going to be eyes. And the reason that I'm putting off eyes is palettes. Palettes are included. Could palettes be a video on its own? Because it's a lot. And I just really feel like I can't get rid of them. I think I'm going to have a really hard time with palettes. So maybe I'll include that. Eyes is going to be so long then. I've only got one small drawer of eyes. Just a drawer of eyes. I've just got one small drawer of eyes. So maybe palettes is his own video. Basically, from now until Christmas, the only videos you're getting from me are declutters, it seems like.